Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peace that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I get to welcome you to a Feel Good Friday, and I'm so excited for my guest who's in the building. We got Jessica Hughes, the Public Services Specialist for King County Library System, and I'm so glad that she's here, y'all, because I've been geeking out about the space that she gets to help run in the Federal Way Public Library. It's also in Bellevue as well, but I'm so excited that she's here so we can learn more about the amazing Makerspace and the programs that they have there. But of course, y'all know it's the top of the show, so this is where you help us grow. You're gonna go ahead and take this opportunity right now to share this show with others who you feel could also be benefiting from our daily dose of dopeness we give you on the Day with Trae. If you can't watch us, we still have you covered. You can always listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You'll find us there. All right. Now, before I get into it with Jessica, I got to say that, when I talk about hey, how do you contribute? This week I've been talking about collective building and community and contributing to community-based organizations. But do not sleep on the libraries, y'all, right? They have an amazing volunteer program where you can bring your skills to the table for folks in your community to learn from your expertise. Now, this is something for me where it's you can curate these hours to what works for you. Whether it's hey, I got a few hours on a Saturday, I want to just come figure out how I can contribute. How can I serve? The libraries are a great resource for us to be bringing our selfless service to the community. And one thing that I really appreciate is, as a young mother, I would take my kids to the library all the time. And there was people who were just doing story time. There was people who were doing more, I think, more specialized things, right? Like my son's oh, I want to learn about puppets. There was somebody doing puppeteering up in there and telling the kids how to do it. So I just got to say that, as a mother, the libraries was such a great resource when my kids were little. And especially my first son, because I'm trying to figure it out. But, you learn out of maybe creative ideas when you're just at home and you have limited resources, because it's okay, how many things can we do with the blocks that we have, right? And so being able to go to the libraries opened up the doors and my creativity to just participate in what they had going on, which my son had such a blast. We met families that were of like mind, so he got to start building relationships and friends. There was a lot of different connection and community building that happens at our libraries, y'all. And this is something that we can all access, right? We know that there are spaces of information and resources, but I also want you to be thinking about, man, how do I contribute to this space? Of course, you go there and you receive things from it, but what can you contribute to it? So in this week, I've been talking about contribution, and I just wanted to be able to end with that note here on this amazing Friday, because we all have different things that we bring to the table in terms of our lived experience, our skilled expertise, right? In specialty things. When we think about, like two-way radios or something, for instance, if you know how to repair them, you might be able to have a whole repair class, right, at the library, and just people bring in like two-way radios. You can have an example of one that you are repairing yourself. I also want to give a shout out because one of my friend's neighbors fixed her daughter's bike. And it was the coolest thing because he's just like, hey, something was wrong with the bike. She didn't know what it was. He's like, hey, I do this in my garage, right? Just in the neighborhood. And so it was a great example of how we can take those things that might be happening in a microcosm and bring them to other spaces where more community can benefit from them. So this is just a little note to you to think about the libraries when you're thinking, how do I contribute? What can I do? Do not sleep on the opportunities that rest there. Well, after this short break, up next, we got Jessica Hughes in the building. We're going to be talking all things the Makerspace and their phenomenal programming. Y'all don't want to miss this. It's an incredible space. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
When I had my first child, I didn't really understand the impact of my using until I gave birth to him.
I worked in weapons department in the Navy. That's a work hard, play hard kind of place. It very much became apparent that I had a substance use disorder.
Nobody asked me if I was okay. It was just medications that were thrown at me for so many years.
I had some dental work done, and pain pills were introduced. It flipped a switch that I didn't see or know or understand.
The first time I recovered, my dad was the person, the rock. When he died, I had a severe relapse. It was one of the darkest times in my life because I had a taste of what recovery could feel like. A lot of shame came in.
And the grief about it was so huge that I would have to drink to deal with what it felt like to be in my body.
I had lost the military career. I didn't have a place to stay. I was out of work. Seemingly overnight, I became a vehicle resident.
And that continued to kind of escalate my use, is being afraid to ask for help.
I tried multiple times to show up and be a parent to those kids, but I couldn't do the minimum. In my mind, they were safer where they were than they were with me.
It does. It takes a village of support. It takes a village of resources.
Getting all the things that kind of made me whole again happened because of the stabilization.
There is no part of my sobriety that would be possible if it wouldn't have been with help from others.
Every one of those people believed in my ability to live differently.
Each one of those people along my journey has contributed to my success.
Don't count us out.
More people recover with support.
Learn how you can help someone's recovery at supportaddictionrecovery.com.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now, we have Jessica in the building. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
No, I'm geeking out right now, Jessica. So I get to tell the folks, there's this story. I was doing a program with King County Library System, KCLS, and I literally was in this branch all the time when my kids were little. But as life goes on, and now we might stop in and grab a book for my son or something, but I'm not spending enough time there. So I had no idea that this Makerspace was in the back. Incredible. My mind was blown, y'all. My mind was blown. So I want to talk about what got you to working with KCLS, and then in further now, really helping with the curation of the programming for the Makerspace.
Yeah, I've always been a library kid and an artsy kid and a music kid. I was a band nerd in high school. In college, I studied art and writing. And libraries were the spots that always brought all of my interests together because I could never really decide which thing I wanted to go into. I was a film major for a minute. I was creative writing. I was art. So libraries have always been the place where all of those kind of come together. And just out of college, I ran an art collection. I'm from Colorado, and it was back in Denver. And that's where I really first got to start putting on programs for the community. So I could invite in bands and poets and dancers to come do performances at this art gallery. And I realized that that's really what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And then I have ended up working in libraries off and on for about 20 years. At first, it was just academic libraries, and then when I moved out here to Seattle and started working at KCLS about 12 years ago, I really realized that public libraries were really kind of my calling, and the rest is history. It's been an amazing experience. I've been with KCLS for 12 years. I've been in the Makerspace for 5 years.
Wow. I mean, I was I'm telling you, Jessica, and because you saw my face, you were there and you saw my reaction. I was stunned. First off, it made so much sense to me that these technologies and access to them would be at the public library. That made so much sense to me. And there's so much synergy here when we talk about what's available in the Makerspace. So I want to go into that because y'all have some innovative, new age technology that you are bringing to the community, teaching folks how to use it. Tell us about some of the things that folks have access to there.
Yeah, so it's a free community space where people can come in, create, learn, and experiment with emerging technology and tools. So we've got things like 3D printers, laser cutters, sewing machines, music production equipment. We have a whole sound booth, and a lot more. And that's a place where you can just come in and explore some technology that you may not have access to otherwise. Like, not everybody has a music studio in their house or a 3D printer or sewing machine. So it's really creating some equal access to these tools that are really shaping the future.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I was so stunned, because I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, this makes a ton of sense for me. But also, I love the fact that y'all are curating programming for specific audiences. Y'all have a lot of things for youth. You have things for business owners. Tell us about the plethora of programming y'all are offering.
Yeah, we have all ages programming. Some of that programming is intergenerational and some of it is age specific. Just coming up in October, we're a really good place to go for Halloween. If you want to make a costume, do some costume design, make some spooky decorations, we're a great destination for that. One thing I'm excited for that's coming up on October 25th is Home Movie Day. So we partner with the Moving Image Preservation of Puget Sound, MEPOPs, and we do a home movie day every year where it's an all-day digitization event. We have digitization equipment, so all of those old VHS you have lying around with home movies on them, all those camcorder tapes, all of those film that you might have laying around, you can come in and digitize that and capture it before it's too late, because that magnetic media is degrading all the time, and so you really want to capture those histories while you can. And so this is a really cool all-day event where the audiovisual archivists at MEPOPs will come in and give you some advice on how to preserve those memories. And then we have the whole day set aside for you to digitize your physical media, and we'll be showing some of MEPOPs' archival footage. It's really, really a fun time. This is the third year we've done it. And this year we're actually also going to have one at the Bellevue Library in November.
Wow. I mean, immediately to mind, there's two videos. You know, one was the very first play I was in like third, fourth grade. And another was this movie I was in when I was in high school. And I'm immediately like, oh, what? Like, I can digitize that at the library? This is huge,
Absolutely.
Jessica.
Absolutely. And it's, we work with our memory lab librarian as well to kind of capture these oral histories through that process as well.
Wow.
And then we also have an ongoing series called Branding Your Small Business. A really cool way for small business owners, they can bring in their logo and learn how to make marketing materials out of that. So making your swag like bags, mugs, stamps, hats, all that kind of stuff, and giving access to the equipment in the Makerspace to show you how you can use the Makerspace to really fuel your small business. And we just finished up a Spanish language cohort of that series, which was amazing. And we've got an English language cohort coming up as well.
Wow. Okay, so now you're talking about the products you can make in this space. And a little birdie told me you got goodies to share.
I do. I have a little gift bag for you.
Wow.
So we made everything in the Makerspace. We got a Day with Trae bag.
Oh my goodness.
So just to kind of show you what's in that. This is a mug that we made. We have a mug press, which is one of our really popular items. We use a sublimation printer. You can design your own mugs and press it all in the Makerspace.
It's got Converge on the other side, y'all. Wow.
These ones, this is what I made special for you on our laser cutter.
Ooh-wee. Oh. Oh my God. Y'all are getting my real-time reaction to these phenomenal earrings. I hope you can see this, E. Oh my gosh. I might have to take it out the box. This is, okay, there we go. Now y'all can see this. Look at that. The Day with Trae. And I love these colors. This is incredible.
I'm glad you like it. It was really fun to make too. It's a good way to learn how to use Adobe Illustrator, which is something we have access to as well. And then take that vector image, put it in the laser cutter, and make something cool.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't want you to get sick of me when I come down to the Makerspace.
I don't think that'll happen.
I have so many ideas. This is incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then the last thing we have is
Oh my
actually we can use our laser cutter. I'll give you this to create rubber stamps of your logo, which, you know, if you have packaging, bags, or if you have a jewelry business and you have your little cards, you can just take that stamp and put your logo on everything. So we 3D printed the handle of that using our 3D printer, and then we used our laser cutter to put your logo in it.
Y'all, I got the Day with Trae stamps, okay? Get ready to receive some hand-stamped materials. This is incredible. I mean, you know, you were telling me the day that I was in there, I can't thank you enough for this, first of all, because I'm definitely going to be using all of these things, and I'm definitely going to be wearing the earrings.
Awesome.
But you were telling me just, you know, in terms of the access, I really want to go back to that because small business owners are learning these cutting edge technologies through the library, and it really can help sustain their business. Tell
Absolutely.
us how you've received that from business owners coming through the programs.
It really is all about access. You may not have access to a 3D printer or a laser cutter or anything like that at home, but you can try it all out at the library. And especially through the Branding Your Small Business program, you really learn how the Makerspace can facilitate that. We even have had people come in and try out our laser cutter and then decide like, hey, maybe I'm going to get an investor and get my own laser cutter because I think I could do this as a business. And so stories like that are really great to hear.
Wow. I just can't thank y'all enough for having the foresight to not only, like for KCLS to say, we need to be the ones stepping into this space to create this access for our community members, but the fact that then y'all have said, no, even further, what kind of things can we do that really showcase how to use the technology?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's such an amazing space and a contribution to the community that is, I think, going to have long-term impacts. I mean, that's
our hope.
really what it is.
We're really kind of redefining what a library can be. Libraries are not just buildings with books anymore. They're really community hubs, as you know, places where you can create, you can learn, and really build a community. And we see that a lot in the Makerspace. It's really magical when you have access to something, you can discover a new passion or even a new career path. And we like to tell people that in the Makerspace, like, this space is totally fun. Yes, come in and have fun. But guess what? Now that you have access to this, you may find out that you want to go into music production, but you never had access to that equipment before. So how would you know, right?
Yeah. And it really helps people get through that discovery phase. I think, you know, one of the things I would tell my kids, I have you involved in all kind of things so you can figure out what you like.
Exactly. And also, you know, we encourage people to fail. When you have to buy all your own equipment and buy all your own supplies, you're afraid to fail. But in the Makerspace, it's a place where you can prototype, and we really do encourage failure because that's iterative learning, right? Like, that's how we learn and that's how we build on our skills.
Wow. I agree with you 100%. It's just the space and the safe space, I will say, too.
Absolutely.
To like, can I bring my ideas here and is it going to be safe, right? Am I protected? I think a lot of folks are wondering about their own protections right now.
Yes.
And so it's great to be like, no, this is a community space where I can do this. And I know that like the folks here are going to support me in my exploration. So I can't thank you enough for these amazing gifts, but also for the work you're doing. Of course, folks are going to want to, you know, figure out how they tap in, how do they keep informed on all of the amazing events y'all have coming up and the ways that y'all are utilizing this space to contribute to community. Look right there and let them know.
Well, I got to tell you about one more program,
Please.
if I can. I'm really excited about this one. So on November 15th, we have a Music Business Fundamentals for Teens class. And so we have partners at the Triumph Recording Company, which is a local gospel record label, that are going to provide guidance on how to build a career in the music industry. And they are just amazing and have such an amazing plethora of knowledge to offer that I'm just really wanted to put that out there. I'm really excited for that one. And we're going to have a little sound booth open house right before, so you can come in and try out the gear and see what's available to you.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's right up E's alley right there. Recording. Well, we definitely appreciate you sharing these upcoming events. And as I said, folks are going to want to stay tapped in so that they don't miss out on these opportunities. How do they do that?
Well, the first thing you can do is go to kcls.org/makerspaces. That's going to give you all the event info that you need. Or you can just drop by. We love showing people around the Makerspace. And we hope to see you there. Let's make something cool.
Absolutely. Jessica, thank you so much for making time to share this with us. And for this, I cannot thank you enough. This is a concept. We had talked about me having the Day with Trae mug for the last 2 seasons. So
Yay.
You just made it happen for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a joy.
Oh, anytime y'all have updates, we're here for you. We want to amplify the great work y'all are doing. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, I told you what a way to end the week. I'm cheesing literally so hard. First off, not only do the earrings truly represent Trae, but she nailed it on the head. Like, I am over here geeking out because these are the kind of things that we would always think, oh my gosh, you're so far outside of my reach. I could never, like, where would I get access to a laser cutter, to a 3D printer? Like, where can I learn these things? You hear about them, but access has always been an issue, particularly in communities of the global majority, where we just, maybe the resources aren't there. So kudos to KCLS for this work. I'm going to wrap it all up right after this break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
We're electric. I feel like the fans can feel that, and we're just going to keep this going. He struck him out! Gino, like he never left Seattle!
Keep bringing the energy. We really need it. Let's go!
Baseball Cal did it!
We show a lot of heart. This team has a lot of fight. You guys have been electric. You guys are the key to this, so thank you guys.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
In Seattle, it's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The station, where community happens.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. So I told you I was geeking out about the Makerspace, but I did not anticipate a mug, earrings, and a stamp, and a bag, right? But I now have so many ideas that I'm like, oh, I can be literally figuring out these ideas in the Makerspace. Now, this is what's exciting, is for so many of us, we do have the ideas, but we don't know how to get started. They are telling y'all, come on down. They have folks there who know how to utilize all this equipment, can show you the way. They have business cohorts where you can learn with other business owners. If you're just starting out and trying to figure out, is this something I can do? I just literally told them about some of the ideas that I have that I was like, I don't know when I'm going to get to that. Like, I do so many other things. I don't know how I'm going to get to it, but making the time and now knowing that I can access these amazing technologies that will help me get to it Y'all, come on now. Be ready for some David Trae and some Trae Holiday branded stuff coming your way, because it's exciting to know that this is closing that disparity gap. We keep on talking about it all the time, but if we do not have access to show young people especially what's available to them so that they can see the careers that they can build by learning these technologies, because now they have access to it, there's so many amazing benefits that this is huge in terms of its contribution to community. And so if you're someone who this is what you do for your job and you want to pour in to the library and pour your knowledge into that makerspace and come and host a class and work with them to make sure that people understand different, applications of these technologies, please tap in. If you're somebody who's been on the periphery of starting that idea, that business, that brand, go there, get the support you need. This is right here in our community. So the makerspaces are available in the Federal Way, the branch that's on First Avenue, and also in the branch in Bellevue. Y'all, check these spaces out. Follow KCLS. Go to the website, learn more, dig in. Do not let your fear be the thing that keeps you from jumping and taking that leap to start your idea, start your business, start your brand. Start in the makerspace, y'all. Thanks so much for watching this week. We have a bye week next week, and I'll be back with you the following week. And y'all know I can't wait to be back with y'all. And until then, at 11 a.m. on that Monday. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.